Okay, I'm back. Episode 4. At this rate, it'll be next year before I'm done. Okay, so I have my punch that I sat on top of my book, and you guys are going to be mad because I actually did more to the front. I can't stop myself sometimes. So I've added it's a gel medium that has mica chips in it. And so I just kind of smeared those on. And then I took the end of I think it might have been this pen. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I dipped it in some gold paint. And I don't know if that shows, but in some of the dots, I just added some gold paint to that. Now, somebody was asking me if you can stamp over Mod Podge. Yes, you can. You have to use StazOn or the archival ink. And as far as I have done it, where I'll ink up my edges over the Mod Podge and or decoupage, whatever I'm using, and it doesn't rub off. So I wouldn't say you would need another coat. The more coats you add, the less bend you're going to get in your. If that's what you want, then yeah, go for it. But it doesn't really need it. If you've done one good coat, you've sealed it and you're good to go. I hope that answers that question. I also had another question about my printer. And I've always bought Hewlett-Packard. Always. One time I had Epson. I hated it. Did not like it at all. But that was years ago, so I'm sure they're a lot better now. But then switch back to HP. HP has amazing ink, and of course the higher quality of the printer, the better the ink. That's really what it works out to. However, my all-in-one printer that I have now, that is the HP, the ink is extremely expensive here. It's like $37, and it's the kind that has the individual colors, so you don't have to replace one big print cartridge. You just replace the one that you've run out of. But $37? With the Canon, I don't even pay that for one that comes with all the ink in it. So, yeah, and you can now buy the XL cartridges for the printers, which is extra large. You get double the ink. So when you figure that it's probably about $32 for a normal size one, between $28 and $32, and it's like $35 for double the amount. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the double the amount. Anyway, so enough of printers. But again, if you guys have any more questions, just leave a comment. So I did sit that on there just to, try and flatten it out a little bit. It is tending to want to do this, and it's not full. Like, clearly it's not full. And I just laid them in there, But I wanted to show you the finished. It is finished, I promise. I'm not doing anything else to the cover. Okay. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about were the pages. Now, if you're making a journal and I'm doing a single signature. This is a signature for anybody who wants to know. It is a collection of pages. That's what a signature refers to. If you look at a book and you look down, the top of your book, and you look very carefully, you're going to see a bunch of little signatures all smashed together into the book. And they're just a collection of pages. That's what it's referring to. I'm doing a single signature. And of course, the more pages you lay one inside the other, of course, you're going to end up with them not being all the same width because you're filling up the spine here. Now, I don't mind that. A lot of people, it kind of bugs them. And seriously, people, I am OCD. So I have learned to, that's why I love doing these, because it helps me to not be so line everything up perfect. And I'm one of those people. I walk in someone's house and I straighten their pictures and make sure their cupboard doors are closed, and if I'm using their washroom, I make sure the towels are straight. Yeah, I'm a freak. But that's why this is like very therapeutic for me, because I can't be that perfect because junk journals are not perfect. So I do leave mine. You can see that they're not even. However, what I do is I take about half of them out. And so I'm happy enough with the way that looks. Now you'll see as I go, I'll just flip. So you'll see that now the white line that was there, see it's getting less and less. So I do trim it off a little bit, but I didn't want to go any farther than that because I didn't want to lose the integrity of the actual picture. I mean, the pages are absolutely beautiful, so I didn't want to lose on any of that. So I'm quite happy with that, with the way that turned out. And like I said, it's all inked up. And then what I've done is I've printed out, in the kit sheet includes some bonus pages. Sorry, I've got embossing powder everywhere. Some bonus pages that are single sheets. One is the polka dot, another is the striped. Oh geez, I've got embossing powder everywhere. Okay. Now, I printed them like this because I'm going to make an envelope for the center. Now, when it comes to sewing mine in, I don't like seeing the string tied in a knot. Yep, that's the OCD, people. And I like to cover it up. I don't like to see it. So I always either use already made envelope or I make my own. So in this case, I want everything to coordinate. And so I'm going to make an envelope. Now I'm going to measure what this printed out. I've already cut off the part that doesn't print on my page. So say about 9.5 by 8. So we're going to go, what I do on the envelope punch board is there's all kinds of measurements all down here with your, this is the card size, this is the paper size that you're going to cut it at, and then it tells you the score line that you're going to score it at. I love this thing, so if you can afford one, honestly, it's one of the best tools I've ever bought. I really love it. So I'm going to look on here, and in this case, I'm not looking at my card size. I'm looking at what I have as far as the size of paper. So I can't go above an 8. So in this case, it's an 8 by 8 size will get me a 3.5 by 6. So that pretty much is perfect. So there would be the 6, and then we would go, it would come out to about there. And that's fine with me. I'm quite happy with that. I don't want like a huge envelope. Let's see what else they have. 3.5. Yeah, that's about the biggest I'm going to get with that size of paper. I could include the white line, which would mean I would have to ink part of it. But even still, that's only going to get me like 8.5, right? Yeah. And let's see, what is the size there? Yep, the biggest I would get is 3.5 by 6.5, so it's not going to make any difference. So now what I have to do is I have to cut my paper to the 8 by 8 size. So I am going to have one white line showing. Am I? That should measure 8. No, that's probably 1/4 inch, right? Oops. Can't read upside down. Yeah, 1/4 inch. So just going to take off the white on the one side. Isn't that pretty? I love the color of that paper. And the reason I printed on both sides is so the inside of the envelope has a nice pattern. So let's make that 8 by 8. Okay. Done. Now, the according to this, I need to score it at 3 1/8. Get my little tool out. 3 1/8 measures here. So you punch it and then you score it. This is going to be a little hard to see. Wow. Wow, wow. That is hard to see. Okay, I'm just going to temporarily bring my light down. I know that's going to be annoying to you guys, but I can't see the line. Okay. Punch and score. Okay, I have a feeling, did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Just seemed weird. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me on that one. Now, your sides, the short sides, are the ones that fold in. And that didn't score very well on there. So I'm going to have to push it. Come on, you. There we go. The paper's already thick, and then when you add ink to both sides, it thickens up the paper even more. Okay. And then one goes up. That's the flap. So now I want to round that. So you put it in the back and it's got a little rounder there, which I didn't put in straight. Try that again. Better. Okay, so I'm done with that. So there's your cute little pocket or envelope. And I personally don't like this part sticking up, so I usually cut it off. I'm just going to do a light pencil line. I did it so light I can't see it. I brought my old glasses downstairs because my reading glasses are a really old prescription, and I'm finding I'm getting eye strain now. Okay, see? Isn't that cute? I like that. So then, of course, I always ink it before I glue it together, and I'm not even going to glue it together, and I'll show you why in a second. Whoopsies. This part, because that'll show. And then I'll fold it back up again and see if I've inked everything that I want to ink. Yes, except the inside. Okay. I want more ink on that. This vintage photo looks awesome with this color. It's really pretty. Okay, so there's my envelope. So when I've sewn my signature in, and everybody's wondering if I'm going to show the sewing. Yes, I am. I'm going to show everything. So what I would do is this is going in the center. So then this part would get sewn along here, and then this would flip up to cover the sewing like that, and then I would glue that down, and then I've got a flap. Now I'm probably going to put maybe I don't know, piece of ribbon or a die cut, something to hold the flap down, so I don't want to tuck it in. I just want to have it on the outside, but it's not obviously going to stay closed, and I don't want everything falling out. Okay, so that's going to go in the center. So now, guess what we get to do? We get to start working on the pages. Now, generally speaking, when I'm doing a book, I try not to cover up, the pictures. I might add a little piece of lace somewhere, or, which actually now that I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, yeah, that would look awesome. I have a little bowl. I just picked up this lace actually at my local craft store. And anyways, I've got a bowl with little bits and pieces. I always check here first. Yeah, see, like I've got a little piece of cotton. So I'm probably going to just glue that on there. It adds a little something and uses up my scraps. So I just have to determine which is up and which is down. There is a right and a wrong. This one's really tough to tell. I think that's the wrong side. So I want it just along here. So I'll cut this little bitty thing off. And again, I use Aleene's tacky glue. I also leave my pages all together like this, so I don't get mixed up and I know what order I'm going in. So I'll just lay my glue down in a line. And then lay my cotton down. And the hardest thing that I find about crafting is keeping the glue off my fingers. I'm I'm really bad that way. So, okay, that just adds a little something, but I don't want to cover up. I might add some jelly roll pen. Where did I put it? Yeah, it should be, oh wait a minute, it's probably in here, which I'm not sure I can get to. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, this is jelly roll, and it's a gold color. So, I might do something like just randomly. I'm not too fussy. Kind of want it scribbly. And these jelly roll pens are really inexpensive. And I like them better than Wink of Stella personally. I find Wink of Stella, it's really pretty, glittery and stuff, but it runs out way too fast. For my taste, anyway. Okay, well that just adds a little bit of glitter. That's all I'm doing to that page. Now, I do have all of the cutouts and stuff. So let's see what we're gonna do. My hands are a little cold. All right. Now, when it comes to stuff like this, I can add little corner pieces because it is the picture and it isn't going to cover up any of the lines. Let's see what I have here. I also want to use die cuts. Let's grab my die cut box. Let's see what I have in here. This is the part that takes forever because, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm going to skip to a page. I had this thing in my head the other night. I know there's a page with polka dots on it or stripes or something. Where are you? Is that one or two? Yeah, that's two. This is why I like tabs. Oh, frustrating. Come on, work. It's actually my hands, you guys, that aren't working at the moment. There we go. Now, I did this guy up the other day, but I'm thinking I don't like that one as much as I like this one. I kind of like that. Ooh, I also have a tulip. Let's do some. This is hard. It's upside down to me, you guys. I'm going to flip it around in a second, but I'm thinking, and then leave that as a tuck spot. So let me work on that. I also have a bird's nest. Isn't that pretty? I might use that. And then that's a pretty color too. Aha! This is literally how I think, okay? You're just seeing me at my worst. Okay, I think I might go to the side with this one. And I might even cut that off just a wee bit more. Let's see, hang on. Maybe I will go the other way. Since the tulip bends that way. Maybe. Oh, that might work better. Yes. That's better. Denise gave me this pretty tulip cutout. And I believe it's from Can Company. Let's go up higher. Now you know why it takes me forever to do my books. Because yes, that's how my brain works. I'm not loving the have to make up my mind. Okay. I think I will do that. Just layer it like that. Okay, so before I do that, wait a minute. I'm sorry, you guys. This is me. This is me in all my glory, I'm telling you. This is just what I do. Okay, change my mind. I like that better. So I'm going to go ahead and ink around this. Get rid of the white lines. I'm going to add some gold glitter here. Okay, and then I want to ink this one. This is a Sizzix Nestabilities die, I believe. I don't think it's a Labels. I think it is a Nestabilities. And I don't know, I cut it out for something else and never used it. Let's see. We're going to go... that does kind of bug me having that cut. There we go. Oh, okay. So what I'll do is I'll leave this one sort of sitting where I want it, add a bit of glue without moving it. And then I'll put the glue on this side so it's completely stuck down. Okay. Now, because I'm going to glue it along here, I think I'm going to put it down farther. And I'm going to add the glue on part of the circle in these little bitty pieces because I don't want them to roll up. You can see everything, I hope. Okay. I don't know why it's flashing again. Oh, because it's gonna die. I'm at 27 minutes. Okay, so I'll stop here and I'll continue on with the next one, okay?